You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Monday to you, sir. How are you?
I'm just fine, thanks.
I'm glad you're fine.
Just fine, thanks. Okay, you too, John. How you've been married, 57, 58 years?
23.
23 glorious.
23.
Well, really 22.
Okay, have you ever done the love note thing?
Oh, yeah.
We used to.
Okay.
I used to every single day.
Used to. Every day.
I would write her a love
would
note
leave me a little note
and
every
stick
day.
it on the mirror before I would leave for work every morning. And then I just quit.
It's just stopped one day.
Just like that.
I ran out of sticky notes.
Was it something you said, Heidi? Oh,
I
you
don't
ran out
know.
of
It could have been.
No,
I
I had
have
a
no
little sticky
idea.
note.
Well, I bring it up because it happens to be National Love Note Day.
Oh,
and I wondered if that was still a thing.
Guess I'll have to start writing love notes again. It's kind of running out of material anyway.
Well, it can only, everything morphs, everything changes.
Do you still have all those?
Yes, I do in a
Oh, my
box. I
goodness.
do.
You
I have
kept
every
them?
one.
Are you kidding me?
Everyone. I know.
See, it's a good thing I quit. We would have had a lot more stuff to move.
Wow, that's
What's
pretty
that?
amazing.
6 totes of love notes from John. Yeah, he needs a hobby.
Holy cats. I remember the last handwritten note I got. It just said, "Get out."
Oh, really? Nice. Take your stuff with you.
Aw.
Sarah Connor has a birthday today.
Oh,
Well,
the actress?
Sarah
Or?
Connor, yeah, Linda Hamilton.
Oh, nice.
Who I kind of was crushing on her. I think it was in the 80s, Beauty and the Beast TV series.
Yeah.
When she first came to
Was she
national
also-
notoriety.
She was in Children of the Corn, wasn't she?
Oh, great question. I guess
think
I
so.
don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure. I'll Google that while you're telling me the rest of the stuff.
She's rocking a pair of 6s today, 66.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Mary Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie. Actress Melissa Sue Anderson is 60.
Wow.
Nice.
Holy cats. Of course, she's retired to DeSmet. And
Believe that, but
oh man, she was such a big deal in my formative years. Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, we just lost her.
recently passed.
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah, born this day. And I tell you what, she was like the world's sweetheart, the girl next door.
She was.
She
Everybody
just amazing.
loved her.
And then in 1981, drops this tune called Physical,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
which changed everything.
Let's get physical.
It was controversial, and I have a quick dramatic.
Oh,
review.
yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go from the 81 top 10 hit, Physical. Took you to an intimate restaurant, then to a suggestive movie. There's nothing left to talk about unless it's horizontally.
Whoa.
Let's get physical. Physical.
That escalated quickly.
I wanna get physical.
Whoa.
Now keep in mind, this was 1981. This song hit.
Yeah.
There were radio stations across the country banning this thing.
Yeah.
It was that controversial.
Isn't that crazy?
Think about the songs that come
the
out
songs
today
that we have today.
that literally can't even be played on regular radio without censored like bleeps
it.
because of the
Yeah.
filth and stuff.
Yeah, but you look at the video, and it launched a nationwide fitness craze.
Oh yeah,
All of a
the
sudden-
sweatpants or the
The bodysuits
Yeah,
and
also
the leg
Jane-
warmers.
leg warmers,
Yeah, Jane Fonda's doing all these videos and all
Yes, yeah.
these celebrities and stuff, and it was kind of a big deal. Historically speaking, let's take a chunk out of holy cow presidential politics, and this was a game changer. Believe me, this day 1960, the very first in a series of the first ever televised
Oh yeah.
debates between presidential candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, John F. Kennedy versus then Vice President Richard M. Nixon.
Yeah.
Was an unfair advantage for Kennedy, for sure.
He's a good-looking guy with a tan, and well, Richard Nixon was not.
He was not.
And Nixon was probably 8 million times more qualified for that position
For
at
sure.
the time, too. But all of a sudden, and that kind of spawned that cult of personality.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, he's a good-looking fella. Well, let's put him in charge.
It turned into the "I'd like to have a beer with him" thing.
It
more so
did.
than it's-
Yeah, and that it was actually a series of four debates, and viewed by an estimated between 80 and 120 million people each debate, which was massive. back
That's
then.
crazy.
Let's see here, 1969, and I always had questions about this sitcom, even back in '69. The Brady Bunch premieres on ABC.
Oh yeah.
So you got Mike, the dad, right? Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
Mary's, what's her name?
Right.
Carol. Yeah. They each got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got 6 kids.
Yeah.
Mom, dad, blah, blah, blah. He's obviously a successful architect.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Okay, and they've
They have
got
a maid.
full-time maid, Alice.
Yeah.
Now, do you know, did she live in that house or what? Or did she just show up every day and...
She was there.
I
want to
say
Just
she
hang in the
lived in the
kitchen.
house.
But as far as I could tell, it was just a 3-bedroom house. I'm serious.
Well, I know. You think he would have done something about
Because
it.
Mike and Carol had a bedroom.
Yeah.
Then you had the three girls in one bedroom,
Yeah,
the 3
you
boys
sure
in
did.
one bedroom.
But I think that's kind of how America was at the time.
I think Alice was just passing out in the garage.
I think she was sleeping with
She was
Sam
sleeping
the
with
Butcher.
the butcher.
Yeah. He was always crawling around too.
She
He
was staying
was.
at his place.
But
They were
none of it
shacking
made
up.
any sense. And what did Carol do all day long? She's got Alice
She
doing
didn't
everything.
clean. She didn't cook. I don't know what she
that
did.
was all about. Yeah.
Yeah, and again,
Got to get caught up on my reruns, apparently.
I was watching this in 1969 going, if it weren't for Marcia, I wouldn't be tuning in at all. This whole thing's just kind of weird.
All right. Hey, I did some research for you, Dan. Linda Hamilton, who's having a birthday, she was in Children of the Corn. So remember when I was saying...
Oh,
you,
yeah,
John.
congratulations, John. Wow.
Hey, fun fact for you. That movie was filmed in Sioux City, Iowa.
That brings that little birthday story home.
It does. I didn't want to leave anybody hanging who was wondering.
Speaking of just confusing things, it was 1986, and this shocked the television viewing nation. 86, actor Patrick Duffy as Bobby returns to the TV series Dallas
Oh, yeah.
after his previous death, which is attributed this day in 86 to his wife Pam's bad dream.
Oh.
All of a sudden she gets up, goes to the bathroom, opens the shower, and Bobby's
And there's
standing there
Bobby.
taking a shower alive again, which erases the entire previous season.
Isn't that fun?
It was just like, what?
Like, wait,
what?
Yeah.
so none of that really happened? That was all
I
a
like
dream?
it when they do that. The Newhart show, Bob Newhart show.
Oh,
did
they
that.
took a
Remember?
bite out of that.
Yeah,
That was
he
funny.
woke up and he was just been having a dream. So the whole show, everybody in the show, the whole thing was just a dream from his previous
he
series.
literally woke up in his previous
Yeah.
TV series.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, Newhart rocked.
I had the weirdest dream.
That was hysterical.
Yeah, that
Glad
was-
you brought
that was
up.
fantastic.
Yeah, see, that was kind of a titch above what you brought up with the
Oh,
Children
yeah.
of the Corn, John. So,
She brings a lot more to the table. I get it.
just saying, I'm not mocking you. I'm just
No.
making a point here.
Everybody point and laugh.
All right. Well, I know, you know, gosh darn it, we all know. We just move ahead here.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many of our guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Culture Club, The Cult, Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Graham, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort in Cancun, Mexico. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Our guest today, Virg Christoffels. You might know of the Christoffels and Company here in Sioux Falls, hair restoration group, but now you can know Virg as an author as well. A new book that recently came out, Do Life Big. Virg, first of all, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Thank you, John. I'm great. Thank you. Yeah, this was been a fun journey. The process of writing this book and putting it together. It's taken some time, obviously, but it's been a good experience for me, and I've enjoyed it a lot. And I would hope that each one of the readers would enjoy it and glean a lot from it as well.
And I'm looking at the book, Do Life Big, Spinning the Wheel of Life to Win in Health, Family, Finances, and Faith. And when did you first come up with the idea of doing this, and how long did it take to put it together?
The story begins like this in 2018. My wife, Sherilyn, passed away from after a 6-year battle of cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
February. Yeah, so that spring, I spent about 6 weeks at the lake. Almost daily, I would go out on the boat, and I would journal. And Sherilyn was always a big journaler, and so I thought, I'm going to adopt that. So I basically told my story. I started writing. I went out there and I said, what am I going to write about? And I wrote about, under the cover, the headline of, where's my life been, where's my life going, and how do I continue with my life to add purpose and value to myself and to other people. So then I just started basically writing my story, the story of going through that cancer journey alongside of my wife. And by the end of it, telling people and talking in conversation about this, and they said, well, you can put that in a book, And I thought, That I think it was kind of therapy for me. And but the more conversations I had, I eventually was introduced to Jeremy Brown from Throne Publishing.
Great guy.
And I had a number of conversations with him, and one thing led to another. And he, through the whole process, the book, we end up incorporating that journaling experience in with my life story of doing business and my business story and my business model. So it kind of became, and therefore spinning the wheel of life and how all the axis of the different parts of your life need to balance. That's what we tried to present through the book.
I love that. And if somebody listening is going, okay, the book, Do Life Big, let's talk about where they can go in Sioux Falls to start. Where can they find it in Sioux Falls?
So in Sioux Falls, I have it on the shelf at Barnes & Noble, so you can get it. You can also get it at Crossroads Book and Music Store, or you can order it online at Amazon or Barnes & Noble online, any of those places. Or you can go to, I have a website, it's DoLifeBigBook.com. And you can order the book from that website, as well as some helpful templates that are drawn out, pictured in the book about running a small business and developing a small business.
And that's the thing. When you work for somebody else, that's a completely different world than when you decide I'm going to work for me. It's a whole different world, isn't it?
Totally. And in my case, I started out as a barber and went to barber college. So I didn't have those business courses. I even mentioned that in the book. One of the things I wish I could have done was taken some business courses and those kinds of things. But it seems like I developed a business model by the help of a lot of other people and by trial and error, making a lot of mistakes, but a lot of personal gathering of information from other people and just stealing information basically through seminars, workshops, training opportunities, developed a successful business model. And the title of the book, Do Life Big, comes from referring back into Sherilyn's cancer journey when she had a caring bridge. She would update her caring bridge as to how she's doing, and she always signed off by saying, Do Life Big. And that means a lot of things. I mean, that's not just go out and have a great time. That's like whatever you do, whatever you're involved in, whatever your passion is, do it to the fullest.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to present that in the book through my business, through my personal life, through my relationships, all of that. Therefore, the name Do Life Big.
And again, let's remind folks where they can find this online for sure, but in Sioux Falls, they can find it where?
At Barnes & Noble, or you can go to Crossroads Book and Music Store. And those two places I know have it in stock. Also Amazon or DoLifeBigBook.com.
Virg, thank you so much for your time today. We do appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
Again, Virg Christoffels. The book is called Do Life Big. He's from right here in Sioux Falls, like you said, at Crossroads Book and Music or Barnes & Noble's in town. On Amazon as well. And then the website, DoLifeBigBook.com. I'll throw a link to that at Facebook.com/SunnyRadio and Facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
If you watch the news, you've probably heard about interest rate hikes and other financial factors that could make you a bit nervous. At BetterCreditCards.com, we continue our commitment to help you get a better credit card. On the website, BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Monday?
It was huge news a couple of years ago. Amazon coming to Sioux Falls.
Yes.
Right? And then it got put on hold, got back burnered, and it was kind of confusing. It's like, well, we're postponing the opening, blah, 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 blah. It's a green lit. It's go, go, go time and show time for Amazon Distribution Center in Sioux Falls. I had no idea, just looking at the numbers here. Is this even... Now, John, you're an unlicensed contractor.
I am indeed.
They say the new Amazon building is clocking in at 2.9 million square feet.
Yeah.
It's on 80 acres. That's got to be the biggest building.
Well, it's seven layers underground. And
seriously?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, don't do that to me.
It's almost the same size as our storage shed.
It's about the same size.
It's bigger than Sisseton.
Yeah, no, it's huge. As a matter of fact, we drove by it the other day, accidentally got way closer than we were planning. We were driving home, and I was trying to avoid the interstate because I had a load of stuff that was kind of not tied down real well.
There you go.
So that I probably shouldn't be on the interstate with this stuff. So I was taking a side road, and then there was a road that was closed.
Everything was closed.
And we kept turning. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? And we ended up driving right by that building, which is really
It's
huge.
impressive. It is
It's big from a mile away.
See, I haven't seen it yet, but
When you get up to it, you're like, well, look how big this thing is. How many you said 8 million square feet? That's a big building.
No, 2.9
or 2.9 million.
That's still
it's not such a big building.
it's not as impressive.
No, it's a huge building. It's huge.
Yes, they're going to green light this thing. They are saying now they have a tentative to have it open by the end of this year, which that's just a couple months.
Yeah.
Actually, and according
1,000
to
new full-time jobs.
Amazon regional spokesperson Scott Soroka said, we're firing up. We're getting ready to hire around 1,000 full-time positions. Start at $1,550.
And where are they going to get these people?
I sure hope
That's a great question, because I kind of looked into it here.
Everybody's struggling.
Unemployment rate state of South Dakota is like 2.3%, which is just a little teeny blip.
There's not a lot of people that
Sioux
are not
Falls, it titches a little higher. We clock in here, Metro, at about 3%, but that's still nothing. So, they're just going to be poaching off everybody else.
And everybody else is already looking for people. And again, if your company is looking for people, reach out. We'd love to do what we can to help. We've got SiouxEmpireJobs.com, SiouxFallsJobFair.com, and I'm trying to figure out when we can do another event, another Sioux Falls Job Fair. We did one last year that was very successful. We're trying to help. We're trying to do our part to help, but it's a giant question mark. Where are these people going to come from? Because we don't have a bunch of unemployed people looking for
other
gigs.
businesses. I would guess entry level at this particular business, Amazon at $1,550. I don't think you're going to need a PhD.
No.
Like that. So say you're a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, whatever.
Right.
Or you're just looking for a new gig. Well, you're coming in at that $1,550 plus benefits.
Yeah.
Right.
But just the pay, you're coming in over $30,000 a year off the bat for whatever.
Which is nice. It's very nice.
So I don't think they're going to have a problem finding people.
I don't think
actually,
they will
but
either.
I think a lot of smaller businesses are again
going
to take a hit.
I agree. I think that's where it's going to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are my concerns more so than Amazon, because again, I don't think Amazon's worried if I care whether or not they're okay. They're fine with me not caring. But I do care about the local businesses in Sioux Falls and Brandon and Harrisburg and Hartford and T. I care a lot about the local places, so that's where my concern lies. And I hope that there's enough people to fill all of those positions, because that matters a lot.
So, I
feel like I'm running for office right now.
Here we go.
I love when John gets so serious.
I know.
It's like,
here, I can jump down off this podium.
Man, wake me up when you're done, dude.
All right, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, you guys.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
While other wireless companies raise their prices, Mint Mobile has taken a different approach. You can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Let's say that again so you hear it right. $15 a month for unlimited premium wireless. Why would we do that? Because we can. If you're paying too much for your wireless phone, it's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, September 26th, 2022. The equity market sold off hard last week on mounting fear of the FOMC. Not only did the Fed raise rates by the expected 75 basis points, but it also indicated a minimum of an additional 160 basis points were coming. The news sent the yield on the 10-year Treasury through the roof, and the S&P 500 desperately seeking support. The index shed more than 5% for the week, putting it deeper into the bear market territory, and on the verge of another 20% decline. The next hurdle for the market will come Friday with the PCE price index, which is expected to moderate on a month-to-month basis, but still come in hot versus last year. The risk is that consumer-level inflation will come in hotter than expected, or worse, accelerate again, and raise the stakes in regard to the Fed, interest rate hikes, and the odds of a recession. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.